The Dallas Cowboys.
You can go anywhere in the world, it's the Dallas Cowboys. The star means something, and there's a reason for that.
The Green Bay Packers.
It was named after Vince Lombardi. It means more to us.
Two cities.
Two franchises, as opposite as North
and South, but connected by the game we've conquered so many times.
But it's the contrast between us
that defines us. The glitz, the glamour, brash.
How about them Cowboys?
The grit, the guts, the pride.
Winning isn't everything, but it's the only thing. In our business, there is no second place. Either you're first or you're last.
The logo we wear explains us.
A simple letter representing the only standard we know. Greatness.
And a symbol that embodies us in our swagger.
47 years after a game frozen in time.
Star takes the snap. He's got the quarterback thinking he's into a touchdown.
America's team returns
for another winter playoff.
In
title tag.
Makes it happen. Touchdown! What an amazing play. Touchdown! There we go. He's got the run. He's got it. Touchdown! Aaron Rodgers, the elite of the elite.
It's the Dallas Cowboys
versus the Green Bay Packers.
Next on Fox.
It's more than just a playoff game, as maybe even his legacy is on the line. Tony Romo returns to his home state of Wisconsin, looking to reach the NFC title game for the first time in his 12-year career. While the Packers' Aaron Rodgers is looking to get back there. Rodgers has a leg up on all comers to Lambeau this season, but now that leg is banged up with an injured calf. He's also fired up for what is the most anticipated playoff game of the weekend, as two of the NFL's most storied franchises go at it. The team with the most wins in the postseason ever, the Dallas Cowboys, takes on the team with the most championships all time, the Green Bay Packers. It's a postseason showdown for the ages and an Ice Bowl rematch that begins right here, right now on the one and only Fox NFL Sunday pregame show, brought to you by the all-new 2015 F-150 built Ford Tough. Come on in and stay a while, folks. I'm Kurt Menefee. A very special thanks to NFL legends Brett Favre and Roger Staubach for their inspirational opening to this show. And if that doesn't get you all fired up, I don't know what else will, except maybe another dose. So Terry, Howie, Michael, and Jim. Good morning, boys.
And Kurt. Give it up, Kurt.
I'm here. How you doing?
How you doing?
All right.
I'm doing great.
This is a fun one.
Right. Don't do that.
Okay. This is a fun one. We're looking forward to this.
Day.
It really is because of these are two really good teams, but there's a lot of history.
We had a great game last night. I think we're going to have a great game today.
Amen to that, brother. You know what? Today, for the first time in NFL history, we've got an 8-0 road team, that being the Dallas Cowboys, taking on a team that finished 8-0 at home, the Green Bay Packers. Now, the last playoff meeting kind of like this, way back in 1972 in the AFC title game, when the famously undefeated Dolphins beat the Steelers, whose home record was 7-0 that season. Of course, if a certain Pittsburgh quarterback hadn't gotten hurt, that might have ended differently, right, TV?
That's right. Oh, without what?
Yeah, there you go. But really,
the great one's out of the game? Are you kidding me?
When you talk about playoff history concerning the Cowboys and Packers, all you need are 3 words: the Ice Bowl.
From Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin, it's the National Football League's championship game. The Green Bay Packers play host to the Dallas Cowboys. To my right is Jack Buck, who calls the plays for the Dallas Cowboys, and you'll be hearing Jack during the second half. Jack, your thoughts here as we're moments away from the kickoff.
I think it's very cold, Ray. The Cowboys stayed in Texas all week long, came up here Friday, but they had a little snow in Dallas, a little cold weather. They tried to get acclimated to it, but they didn't quite anticipate this 12 or 14 below zero, which is what it is.
And, of course, those were legendary broadcasters Ray Scott and Jack Buck, getting ready to call the Ice Bowl back in 1967. That was the last time the Cowboys played a postseason game at Lambeau Field. So, who better to call the son of the Ice Bowl than the son of Jack Buck? Our own Joe Buck alongside Troy Aikman. And, Joe, that was fun for us to see. Hopefully it was for you, too.
It's great, man. I missed the heck out of that guy. I'm glad he said son of Jack Buck. I thought you were going to say son of something else. I'm also not going to tell you what was in his coffee that day. I'll just tell you it was not half and half. We're a long way from 1967. 47 years to be exact. We're a long way from the conditions of 1967. It's 22 degrees right now, but it's cold. And I guess the only thing to talk about right now is Aaron Rodgers, the calf muscle. If he's right, the Packers are in great shape. If he's not right and he's limited in extending plays, which he's the best at doing that, well, then it could be a very different story.
Yeah, a big part of this game, of course, as we go into it. And I think it's worth noting, Joe, that Aaron Rodgers only practiced on Thursday this week. And this is a quarterback who really wants all the reps during the course of a week of preparation. And, you know, in talking with him, he says that throwing from within the pocket is not a problem. Even sliding and moving from within the pocket is not a problem. But as you noted, a big part of his game is getting outside and keeping a play alive, but then also big plays down the field to Jordy Nelson and Randall Cobb. I think that's an advantage for the Cowboys in that they will be able to pin their ears back and rush without having to worry about containment. It's going to be important for Aaron Rodgers to know what he's capable of doing and not trying to do too much.
Yeah, I kind of got him mad yesterday when I said, so are you going to be cautious? He went, cautious? I'm not going to be cautious. I'm going to be aware of it, but I'm not going to be cautious. We're going to get our coffee ready for this game. But right now, Kurt, guys, back to you.
Not your dad's coffee, okay, Joe?
No,
be a good boy up there.
Get your dad's coffee, Joe.
Maybe.
Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good call. But those guys talked to Aaron Rodgers. You heard what he had to say. But what's your take on his calf and the impact it might have today?
I've never had a calf injury in my life, but I would say this for all our viewers out there. One of the things that happens is left calf. Fine pushing off with the right. The problem is striding out with the left. He is going to be a little bit aware of it. And if you notice his passes early in the football game are going low, understand one thing, he's giving in to the left calf. He will be immobilized sitting in the middle. Everything primarily highway, I think, is going to be from the shotgun. Very, very little under center.
TB, you know, look at Aaron Rodgers, 25 touchdowns, 0 interceptions at home. And, you know, every team's got a home field advantage. You can be sleeping in your own bed, you know, crowd noise, field conditions, on and on. But that stadium, you know, and I hate even calling it a stadium, Lambeau Field, I think it breeds confidence for this football team. I think Green Bay is as confident as any team in the league at home.
Yeah, they're confident at home. But, Michael, the Dallas Cowboys should be confident on the road. We already mentioned they were 8-0 during the regular season on the road. The last team that was perfect in the regular season and the postseason on the road, your 2007 Giants, and they went on to win the Super Bowl.
Talk to me, Kurt. Talk to me, Kurt. But you know, what the Cowboys have to contend with are the Packers. Five straight home games without a punt in the first half. So they start out hot. Before the Cowboys, when you win, they're the only two teams that have won more road games and playoffs combined than they have. It's the 2005 Steelers and 2007 Giants. One thing that being on the road does, it makes you more accountable and it makes you more focused. And what they have going for them, they have a great running game. They have a quarterback now who's protecting the ball, and they have a defense that is really, really hot right now. Everything they need to go into Lambeau and take care of business.
Yeah, and that defense can't forget one thing. You first and foremost, you have to deal with Lacy, both as a runner and a receiver, and he's healthy, unlike last year. He's really an underrated receiver, both in the checkdowns and the screen game. And the second question is, how do you deal with Aaron Rodgers? Troy and Joe talked about it, and you've touched on it. Conventional wisdom says you rush 4, you play coverage, you don't blitz him. Given the questions about the calf, I'd be tempted early on in particular to maybe bring pressure, force him to test that calf, get him out of the pocket, maybe press the issue.
Yep. All right, of course, whoever wins this game, which we will talk about a lot more as we go on, will be the third team to move on to the championship game. Of course, the Patriots and Seahawks did it just yesterday, and in particular, last night in Seattle, it was a Cam Chancellor show. Look at these incredible leaps to try to block Carolina field goal attempts. They didn't count because of penalties, but this certainly did. It's a pick six that pretty much clinched the game. 31-17, the Super Bowl champs are back in the NFC Championship game for the second straight year. And coming up at halftime, Cowboy team we've seen since, well, these guys.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
Jimmy returns to Dallas and asks head coach Jason Garrett about the Renaissance. We've got all that, plus Glazer, Riggle, and a whole lot more on the Ford Fox NFL Sunday pregame show. Go Ford Talk.
Move it. The big, the massive, the what the heck is that? Introducing the all-new Ford F-150. Its high-strength military-grade aluminum alloy body makes it up to 700 pounds lighter. And with less of its own lard to move around, it can move more of yours. 12,200 pounds. The most towing of any half-ton pickup. The all-new Ford F-150. The future of tough.
Huh. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more in car insurance.
Everybody knows that.
Well, did you know that former pro football player Ickey Woods will celebrate almost anything?
Number 44.
Woo! 44, that's me!
Get some cold cuts, get some cold cuts, get some cold cuts.
Woo! Give me some!
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
44, ladies, that's me! Woo! Gonna get some cold cuts today.
Lowe's presents how to make your guests think they're at the wrong house.
Told you we're in the wrong house.
Go, go. Mom! Mom!
Get 10% off Sylvania LED light bulbs at Lowe's.
Hey, get in! Punch! Let Quicken Loans help you save your money with a mortgage that's engineered to amaze.
Music's always been a big part of my game. It brings me peace, helps me focus. My headphones shut out distractions. I'm dialed into every last detail. And I'm ready to play my best.
Bose QC25, our best noise-canceling headphones ever.
Don't just listen to me. Listen for yourself.
Bose, game-changing sound.
I want more than anything to win a gold medal, and we have someone who could do that.
Foxcatcher, nominated for 3 Golden Globes, including Best Picture of the Year.
I promise you, I'll give you everything I have.
Rated R, now playing select cities.
And welcome back to the Ford Fox NFL Sunday pregame show. One of the stars of Ford's football team, Reggie Bush of the Detroit Lions, joins us on the field, presented by Microsoft Surface.
On the field, presented by Microsoft Surface, the official tablet of the NFL.
Fake the throw, hand off to Reggie Bush. Nice move. Bush gets a block. Reggie Bush is in for the touchdown.
Everybody always debated who was the unofficial 5th Beatle. You're like the unofficial 7th member of the pregame show. Back again for the 2nd time this year. Thanks for joining us. Of course, you saw some of his fine work last week in that playoff game, but everybody's been talking about the pass interference, no pass interference call that really was key at the end of that game. You were on the sideline, but what did you see and what did you hear?
Well, obviously I'm going to be biased and say it was pass interference because it happened to us, but I was on the sideline, and what I saw was the defender just kind of face guard and throw his hands up. And my understanding of the penalty is that you have to make a play on the ball, which he did not. When I was walking back to the huddle, I heard the ref say that there was no contact before the ball got there. So obviously I'm going to be a little biased and say it was pass interference, but I guess it could have went either way.
Are you over it already?
No, not yet. It still stings.
Reg, fast forward to this week, and one of the big issues dealing with Dallas's offense is their run game.
Yeah.
Very physical run game. Green Bay early in the year struggled versus the run. You see them twice a year. Yeah. The adjustment they made was moving Clay Matthews inside.
Yeah.
How does that impact an offense with Clay Matthews inside versus outside?
Yeah, well, it's funny you mention that because we felt like anytime Clay Matthews is backpedaling, that's a win for us.
Right.
As long as he's not rushing that passer, that's a win for us. So, like you said, they moved him to inside linebacker, which is great for if you're a running team. You want to see that. You want to see him in the box, not at his best spot. So I think Dallas will probably take advantage of that, and that'll be a key part in the game.
Reggie, I know you study these running backs. DeMarco Murray, talk about his style a little bit, and do you think he's been wearing down because of all the carries?
Well, DeMarco seems like he gets stronger as the game goes on. The more touches he gets, the stronger he gets. And he's one of those running backs that seems like he's actually trying to physically hurt you. Now, not a lot of running backs, myself included, are trying to literally hurt you every time we have the ball. So that's what he does best, the runs 1, 2, 3 yards, and then all of a sudden on that 6, 7th, 8th carry, he breaks it for, 20, 30 yards.
One of the big stories of this game, obviously, is Aaron Rodgers with his calf.
Yeah.
Last year, before the Philadelphia game, that big snow game, you pulled your calf. You couldn't play in that game. Where does this really get inside your head, and what's Aaron going to deal with today with that calf?
Well, the calf muscle is a delicate thing. In 1 second, you could be feeling good, and then all of a sudden, the next second, one step the wrong way, and it pulls on you. All it takes is one time to pull that calf muscle, and you can't run anymore. Now, the great thing for Aaron is that he can just sit back in the pocket and throw the ball without having to move too much. But obviously, we know he's best when he's moving out of the pocket and having to make plays on his feet.
Real quick, how much concern is it with him sitting down between series and then having to get back up with it being cold? Or is that not a factor?
Yeah, well, the cold's definitely going to be a factor. And it's definitely going to be something that they're going to be concerned about. You're probably going to see him on the sideline with hot packs on his calf muscle, just trying to keep it warm in that cold weather. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see.
Particularly if Dallas is driving the ball, long, sustained drives, running the football.
Yeah, having to sit down. You might see him on a bike, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us, Reggie Bush. We'll see you back on TV again next year, probably. All right. Reggie's not the only NFL star on our show today. Coming up, we'll hear from the Broncos' DeMarcus Ware and Von Miller. Dallas head coach Jason Garrett will sit down with our head coach, Jimmy Johnson. Plus, the Packers' Eddie Lacy and Jordy Nelson and what they have to do with Rodgers less than 100%.
We've made adjustments to handle Aaron and maybe his lack of mobility compared to what he normally is.
Super Bowl 49 is coming. Think you know who's going all the way? Prove it. Declare your fandom and share your pick for Super Bowl 49 with the hashtag Who's Gonna Win to put your prediction on the map.
Don't settle for 4G LTE coverage that's smaller or less reliable when only one network is America's largest and most reliable 4G LTE network, Verizon. With XLTE, our 4G LTE bandwidth has doubled in over 400 cities. And now, save without settling. Get 2 lines with 10 gigabytes of data for just $110. Or 4 lines for just $140. And get a $150 bill credit for each smartphone you switch. Only on Verizon.
At Burger King, get 10 chicken nuggets for just $1.49. Wait, the 10 nugget deal is back again?
$1.49 for 10 nuggets.
Sweet! They're crispy and golden on the outside, made with white meat on the inside. Enjoy 10 chicken nuggets for just $1.49 today, only at Burger King.
Nobody gets you closer to the playoffs than NFL Network.
That's why you play the game.
With the best coverage possible. Hall of Fame analysis from the guys who've been there.
This quarterback here is ready to lead this team to a championship.
Exclusive access and wired sound from the field.
No other place I'd rather be. How about we be the better guys for once?
And more sideline reporters.
It's very emotional, very motivated.
All week long.
To the end zone!
Nobody does the playoffs like NFL Network. Nobody.
I know what you're thinking. I'm going to talk about change or new direction. Nope, it's not about me. It's about you. Morning news isn't like that anymore. Not here, at least. That was then. This is now. This is Cincinnati, my new home. It's where we live, work, and play. Before long, I hope to understand, to know who you are. For now, give me your trust. Give me your time, and I promise I'll make the most of it.
This customer has an overdrawn checking account. What should a bank do?
First, we should add up every overdraft transaction and charge him a fee for each one.
Why are you whispering?
Shh. Maybe we can squeeze in a few more transactions before he catches on.
At Huntington, we like to alert customers if their account is overdrawn and give them time to make it right. Something we call 24-hour grace. What are you doing?
Banking.
Only Huntington has 24-hour grace, giving you more time, not more fees.
It's all-wheel drive season. And with 9 different all-wheel or 4-wheel drive Toyotas to choose from, now is the best time to get one. Get a great deal now on the luxuriously capable Highlander, the rugged yet refined 4Runner, the stylishly advanced Sienna, or the full-size American-made Tundra. Now get 0% financing on 4Runner, Sienna, or Tundra. Only during Toyota all-wheel drive season. Toyota, let's go places.
Denise Johnson helps you avoid traffic on Fox 19 now.
Brilliant Detective, Total Jerk. Baxter premieres Thursday, January 22nd on Fox.
We played in Lambeau, I was hobbled with a hamstring injury. I'm in street clothes, of course, and before they introduced the Green Bay Packers, you know, the Wisconsin band come on the field. They're coming down marching right along the sideline, you know, playing their little flutes, and in their horns they have "Where You At, Moss." So I'm definitely furious now, so I'm sitting there like, y'all better be lucky this hamstring is hobbling me. Sitting there thinking like, I cannot wait to play the Green Bay Packers here in Lambeau Field again. One of the PR guys came up and said, Randy, today's your lucky day. You're not going to believe this. We have the Green Bay Packers first round. And I said, for real?
A 14-point win, Minnesota Vikings moving on.
Winning the game with my fro out in Lambeau. I wouldn't change it. Look at that ugly face of mine with that afro.
He's one of a kind, folks. Randy Moss and everyone across the country certainly excited to see today's playoff contest between the Cowboys and the Packers. But right now, let's see how Pepsi is getting everyone hyped for the Pepsi Super Bowl 49 halftime show. Hyped for halftime, America. Pepsi brought halftime shows to Milligan, Nebraska and Corpus Christi, Texas. This month, Pepsi will bring the halftime show to Rochester, New York. Get hyped for halftime and see Katy Perry live at the Super Bowl 49 halftime show. Of course, two teams that hope to be playing there in Glendale, Arizona on February 1st are the Colts and the Broncos, who face off later today in Denver. That's where our Molly McGrath is standing by. And Molly, with all the attention paid to Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck, the Broncos' #1 ranked defense in the AFC getting completely overlooked, it looks like.
That's right, Kurt. The Broncos defense limped into the Super Bowl last season, and as we all remember, they came up short. But some offseason additions in a first-round bye has this defense looking stronger than ever. Defensive leader Terrence Knighton even said that their mentality goes back to the glory days of the Orange Crush, and stressed that their defense now prides themselves in being the strength of this team.
The dominating performance by the Seattle Seahawks as they have dismantled the Denver Broncos in Super Bowl 48.
The last time Denver played in the postseason, we lost in the Super Bowl. The defense's resurgence is a big reason why you guys can win it all this year. What has it been like being a part of that evolution of the defense?
Last year, our offense basically carried us there. This year, we didn't want to be overshadowed. We know that in order to win a Super Bowl, you got to have a great defense.
I feel like we had a good defense last year, too, but this defense is just different. We brought in a lot of great additions to our team, with DeMarcus and Akeem and TJ.
I feel like we were the missing links. When you first come in, they tell you, you are a soft defense. And now we feel like we have the total team.
We didn't want everybody just to talk about how good the offense is, and we wanted people to talk about the team equally.
If need be, the defense can carry this team much more than in the past. So how much pride do you take in that?
I take a lot of pride in it. We definitely feel like with the type of players that we have on defense, we can take control of the game.
The team is going as the defense goes. We don't want to put a lot of pressure on Peyton. We don't want him to feel like he has to go out there and have a perfect game.
Knowing that, hey, if you make a mistake or if we make a mistake, we have each other's back and we can push forward and win games.
What is the mentality of this team heading into another chance for your teammates to win a title?
Great defenses win championships, and we feel like we have a Super Bowl team.
The guys that are here, they want to win. They've been here before, but I haven't been here as many times. We have to seize the moment.
We want to win right now. It's Super Bowl or bust here.
I really don't care who we play, where we play. At the end of the season, we want to be hoisting that trophy. We don't feel like anything can stop us right now.
As you can tell, this defense is hungry to erase the memory from last year's Super Bowl loss, but they'll have their hands full today against Andrew Luck, who ranked first in pass offense during the regular season, and they could be without their leading tackler, Brandon Marshall, today. He missed the last 2 games with a left foot sprain. He is questionable. He'll be a game-time decision, but Marshall told me on Friday that this is the best that he's felt in a long time. Guys?
Yeah, I think job #1 for John Elway post-Super Bowl blowout was revamping this defense, putting some teeth in it. As they talked about, the perception was outside of the building that the defense lacked toughness. And they brought in, obviously, Ware to go along with Miller. They brought in Ward and Talib to go along with a guy who I think is one of the most underrated corners in football, in Harris. And today, that's the challenge for Andrew Luck, who I think is asked to do more by himself than any quarterback in these playoffs.
Yeah, America, I'm going to say this to you real simply.
What happens here in Denver is pretty simple. Last month of the season is the fact that Peyton Manning had 3 touchdowns versus 6 interceptions. There's been a change of attitude there, a change of philosophy. Instead of running 34% of the time, they now are running 50% of the time. And if you go back, when Peyton was with the Colts and when they won the Super Bowl, it was in 2006, and they won by running the football.
When you say America, who else do you think you're talking to?
Well, there are people in Canada that watch, they get ticked off, by the way, when you say that.
I'm just curious.
Well, but they can get over it.
But on the other side, Andrew Luck, 376 yards passing last week for Andrew Luck, which is tied for second longest streak in NFL history, 3 games in a row. But the biggest thing for him today is his protection against Ware and Miller. And they've done a good job of protecting him, but he has to protect the ball. He's had a penchant for turning the ball over, having turnovers, but that also comes with the way he has to play, which is to carry this team. So if there's ever a game where you have to take chances, today is the day. Throw it up there, T.Y. Hilton have a big one, and hope for the best.
Obviously, the winner of this game will go visit New England next week in the AFC Championship game. And, Jimmy, a lot of talk about a certain formation that the Patriots were running last night that Baltimore head coach John Harbaugh was upset about.
Why was he upset? New England ran a play that's been around for years, the tackle eligible. In fact, I ran this play at Picayune High School. There's only 4 offensive linemen. There's an ineligible receiver who reported to the officials prior to the game and prior to the play, and the tight end, the backup tight end, lined up at tackle, and they ran 4 verticals, threw him to pass. You know, hey, a completely legal play, and I don't know what they're hollering about.
You know, and afterwards, I guess today, that Bill Belichick said he told the officials that he was going to run that play. You say coaches do that a lot, right?
Well, you know, yeah, that's what you do every game. You tell the officials about any kind of trick plays, something different, and the receivers told them prior to the play, you know, that they were going to be ineligible.
So not unexpected from that standpoint. All right. I don't know if that solves it, but that clarifies it. Let's bring back our NFL insider, Jay Glazer. Jay, why don't you update us on some of the possible coaching vacancies around the league right now?
We're going to deal with a lot of these coaches who are still in the playoffs, were just knocked out last night. And now that Rex Ryan has filled the slot in Buffalo, a lot of these teams thought that now all the dominoes were going to fall in place. That can't happen yet. And the reason why, the top guy on many of these teams' lists is Dan Quinn, defensive coordinator of the Seattle Seahawks. Hey, they won last night, so obviously they can't talk to Quinn again this week. He's up there for the Jets, for the Atlanta Falcons, Chicago Bears. They want to bring him in as well. Even the 49ers, they interviewed him. Hey, as we know, the Baltimore Ravens lost, so Gary Kubiak, their offensive coordinator, he is available. The Jets want to bring him in. Chicago Bears, they are going to put in a permission slip to interview him as well. Keep an eye on the Denver Broncos. That's what a lot of these teams with openings are doing. There is a thought that, hey, if they lose today, could John Fox become available? If he is, he'll shoot to the top of many of these lists. If they don't win, well, that holds back Adam Gase and Jack Del Rio, just like Dan Quinn. They are John Fox's coordinators. And finally, the Dallas Cowboys. Jason Garrett's contract up. His assistants' contracts are up. If they lose today, they're free agents. I was told by somebody in Dallas last night that immediately when their season is over, they're going to look to try and get Garrett done the next day and prevent everybody else from raiding their coaching staff.
All right. Thank you, Jay. Talking about Dallas, we'll find out whether or not their top linebacker, Rolando McClain, and their leading sack man, Jeremy Mincey, will play at all today. We'll also get the latest on Aaron Rodgers' injury from Jay. Plus, our guys will tell you which team has the edge at each position. Hard to argue against Zach Martin and that Dallas offensive line with 3 Pro Bowlers. While Erin Andrews chats with Aaron Rodgers, she'll also talk later on our show with Jordy Nelson and Eddie Lacy on how the Packers will adjust to their quarterback's injury. Plus, Jimmy's got a terrific one-on-one interview with Cowboys head coach Jason Garrett that you don't want to miss. And, of course, it's not too cold at Lambeau Field, relatively speaking. 22 balmy degrees, but we are just getting heated up on the Ford Fox NFL Sunday pregame show.
Can we get a little help?
Hey, Mike, what's all this?
It's the playoffs, Donovan. Football fans everywhere are couch-gating and watching the games on Fox with KFC.
Really? Is that the right call?
No debate on this one. It's always the right call with KFC hot wings. Crispy on the outside, tender and juicy on the inside.
And they have a spicy kick without the saucy mess. Great call, Mike.
The postseason means wing season, so step up your couch-gating with KFC hot wings.
And watch Fox for the best games and coverage.
I'm Aaron Rodgers. Cut! Well, close enough.
the real owner's busy. But State Farm still want to make a commercial about the savings with a discount double check. So they double checked the world and found me in London. And looking like Aaron Rodgers has its perks.
What?
I make headlines. Relax. The only drawback is this guy.
It pays to double check. State Farm.
Lowe's presents how to make your guests think they're at the wrong house.
Told you we're in the wrong house.
Mom! Mom!
Get 10% off Sylvania LED light bulbs at Lowe's.
Don't miss the show. Over 16 million people are celebrating.
You're going to Hollywood, baby!
American Idol is incredibly fun TV.
Can you do something just to make her feel excited?
Like musically, or?
Yes.
With talent so undeniable.
Absolutely terrific.
Adam Lambert popped by to judge for himself.
You're the type of person that this show is made for.
American Idol, all new Wednesday and Thursday on Fox.
Time now for a McDonald's Screen Pass, and today we'll have our guys break down the Cowboys and Packers by position. We'll start at quarterback, where the NFL's leading passer Tony Romo and his bad back will face MVP candidate Aaron Rodgers and his bad leg. So looking at today's game only, TB, who's got the edge?
I don't get it's Romo. I call him the El Matador. He spins out and makes things happen with his leg when pressure's on. I'm questioning right now whether or not Aaron Rodgers and his left calf are going to be able to hold up.
All right, why don't we move on to the NFL's leading rusher, DeMarco Murray, and Green Bay's Eddie Lacy, who's a dual threat as a receiver as well. Michael, who are you taking in this one?
Well, they're both tied for third in TDs this season in the league with 13 apiece, but I'm going to lean towards DeMarco Murray because he did lead the league in rushing, and you can see his running game really obviously helped out quarterback Tony Romo.
Our Aaron Andrews will have an interview with Eddie Lacy and Jordy Nelson a little bit later. In the meantime, why don't we talk about defense? Both Dallas and Green Bay gave up an average of 22 points a game this season, so it's a close call, Howie. Which overall unit is better?
Yeah, Dallas has been a big surprise. It came up big in the second half last week, but I have to go with Green Bay, and it coincides with Clay Matthews moving inside. Prior to him moving inside, they gave up 153 yards a game on the ground. After, 86 yards a game on the ground.
Well, both these defenses, as you say, a little bit surprising this year. I don't think anybody thought the Cowboys would have gotten the most out of that defensive unit that they did get. And Jimmy Johnson, a lot of that goes to the coaching staff there, led by a guy who used to be your third-string quarterback, Jason Garrett.
Well, you look at Jason, you know, this team is as confident a team as you'll see in this entire league. And
Romo and the offensive line had a hard time picking it up. Second half adjustments. Critical in huge football games. Second half, the 76-yard touchdown pass to Williams to seal the deal. Once again, Jason Garrett and his coaching staff doing a great job of adjustments in the 15-minute period at half.
And for this Dallas defense, whenever, you know, with Aaron Rodgers' injury, which they say he's fine, but as Howie said earlier, you need to test him. You need to make sure it is fine. Make him move around, because whenever you know somebody's injured, it's like blood in the water for a shark. You have to attack it. And as a pass rusher, you know what a quarterback's setup point is, 5 yards, 7 yards deep. When you get to that point, a mobile quarterback doesn't have an area. He can move everywhere along the field, as Aaron Rodgers has done throughout his career. But when you know somebody's injured, you pick your little 3-yard spot. Within that 3 yards, you know that quarterback is going to be in that area. And it's like the movie American Sniper, which I saw. You aim small, you miss small.
You see the movie? It's not even out all over America yet. I know about movies.
I want to take a second to go back to that. That was a great interview, and I think it's a perfect setup, because you understand what it means to be the Dallas Cowboys head coach. I think you can make the case that the two most difficult jobs in football are the Dallas Cowboy head coach and the Dallas Cowboy quarterback. For Jason Garrett, it's a mixed bag. No owner in football will do more to put you in a position to be successful. Spend money, facilities, players, the whole 9 yards. But you also get the three-ring circus, and that's part of it with Jerry. The other part of it is Tony Romo. Tony Romo's chasing ghosts, the ghosts of Roger Staubach and Troy Aikman, and their 5 Super Bowls. Prior to this year, no one's been asked to do more at the quarterback position than Tony Romo. This is the best position he's been in to win a Super Bowl, and I think he has the most at stake of any quarterback in the playoffs.
All right, we're going to break down more on this game at Lambeau after we take a ride to Lambeau with some of the players.
On the way to the game, sitting next to my boy, the one and only Sean Leasy.
We just get ready to go, man. We got to get this W, finish the fight, and on to the next one.
Take you through my little pregame ritual. Every day I get out of the car, me and my pops takes me here, give me a hug. Stay healthy, stay tough, kick ass. Coming here. All right, ready to go to work. Let's go, beat them boys.
Visa checkout is the easy way to pay online.
All set. Just enter your password and check out.
But can Larry Fitzgerald check out and catch passes at the same time?
Incoming.
Hey, Larry, what are you buying?
You buying Luck Eraser?
Nope.
He did it. Order confirmed. 3 Larry Fitzgerald jerseys.
Signed by Larry Fitzgerald.
Sign up now. Visa checkout, the easy way to pay online. Visa, everywhere you want to be.
Man, when I got shingles, it was something awful. It was like being blindsided by some linebacker. You don't see it coming. Boom. If you had chicken pox, that shingles virus is already inside of you. And it ain't pretty when it comes out. Now, I'm not telling you this so that you'll feel sorry for me. I'm just here to tell you that 1 out of 3 people are going to end up getting shingles. I was one of them. So please, go talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
10 nuggets from Burger King. How much do you think they cost?
$5.
I'll give you a hint. It's between $1.48 and $1.50.
$1.49.
Is that a brainer?
It's a no-brainer.
Yes, thank you.
10 chicken nuggets for $1.49? Wow, only at Burger King.
I'm fired up.
All week long is smack talk. Is it all hype? Question mark? I guess we'll find out.
Here are John and Linda, 2 kids. Toyota RAV4, all-wheel drive and backup camera. Ethan, extreme snowboarder. RAV4, dynamic handling. It's the Toyota Meet Your Match sales event. Now get a new 2015 RAV4 with 0% financing or this great lease with no cost maintenance included. Toyota RAV4, tons of cargo space. Toyota's Meet Your Match sales event. See how you match up. Toyota, let's go places.
I come to Speedway every morning to get my coffee because it is by far the best coffee that I've had.
I probably wouldn't be able to get my day started without Speedway coffee.
I like to take the house blend and the French vanilla cappuccino and top it with the cookies and cream topper. It's a great way to start the day.
Speedway coffee is better than any of those other places and a better value.
Nobody makes your perfect cup of coffee quite like you do. And now at Speedway, try our premium dark roast, just 99 cents.
The convenience stores of Speedway.
A comfortable, supportive mattress set is vital for restful sleep and better health. Shop the Better Sleep Shop for America's best-selling mattresses. Optimum, Sealy Hybrids, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. Our sleep experts will help you find your bed at the guaranteed lowest price. Ask about free financing for up to 48 months and express delivery. Visit the Better Sleep Shops at Ashley Furniture Home Store and Morris Home Furnishings today.
Fox 19 Now, number 1 at 10.
Aaron Rodgers shows why he's the elite of the elite.
Rodgers sets up, throws, got him, touchdown. Rodgers throws the right side, matches made, touchdown of the pylon.
Aaron Rodgers doing it all. The big moments, he drives.
Rodgers fires, he's got Nelson. What an amazing play by Aaron Rodgers.
Well, the Green Bay Packers have won the NFC North 4 straight years behind Aaron Rodgers, and this year he had an MVP-type season. But just like Len Swan and Franco Harris helped our man Terry Bradshaw become a legendary quarterback, Rodgers is only as good as the weapons around him. Aaron Andrews joins us now from Lambeau Field. And Aaron, with Rodgers not 100% healthy today, he'll have to rely on those weapons, maybe even more.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned it. All eyes going to be on the calf of quarterback Aaron Rodgers. A lot of people interested to see what he'll be able to do early in this game. I sat down with 2 of his playmakers this week, Jordy Nelson and Eddie Lacy, and they said because of Rodgers' calf, because it's the postseason, because it's freezing here, they're going to rely heavily on this running game. And the good news, Lacy is healthy heading into the playoffs, and Packer Nation couldn't be more happy about that.
Rodgers is down.
And they are helping Aaron off the field.
Asked the doc if I could do any more damage to it. He said no. So I got to thank him for giving me the green light to go back out.
Came out yesterday, Aaron has a partially torn calf. How will this affect the offense this week against the Cowboys?
The way we have things put in, I think we've made adjustments to handle Aaron, and
maybe his lack of mobility compared to what he normally is. But I think it'll be a wait-and-see game how he does.
There is no better play extender at quarterback, but now a big part of his arsenal is gone with a bad leg.
How big was the off week last week for you guys?
That definitely helped out a lot. You know, just giving guys a week off, an extra week to be able to, you know, get treatments and do different rehabs and, you know, just get their body back as close to 100% as possible.
What will be key for you guys?
Like you said, we won't have the scramble drill, which usually is a big play for us because Aaron does a great job of getting out of the pocket and making the deep throw off of that. Or if we have to, we can get into our quick game and allow us to maybe make yards after the catch and make plays that way.
Sets, fires, spinning in the 10, out of state to the 5, fighting ends out. That was already Lacy.
The running game in the postseason and with temperatures like we'll see on Sunday at Lambeau is crucial. Last year heading into the playoffs, you physically versus this year. How do you feel compared to last year?
I definitely feel a lot better. I feel a lot more fresh this year than I was last year. I mean, I had an ankle injury, a couple of nagging things like that, but this year I'm able to play a lot more with my natural ability.
I mean, you have two of the best going head-to-head, DeMarco Murray and Eddie Lacy. What does it come down to with those two guys?
And those running backs aren't easy to bring down. Eddie, I think, is one of the most physical runners. It is difficult. I've even talked to some DBs during the game. They don't want to go up and tackle it.
Do you lick your chops knowing that, knowing how much this team needs you to run the ball well?
I mean, from a competitive standpoint, you know, I definitely like it because, you know, I get, you know, a few more extra opportunities.
What do you think of when you think of the Dallas Cowboys? What comes to mind?
Probably history and what they did over the years, you know, quote unquote, the America's team. But I think people here in Green Bay would like to challenge that a little bit.
Why do you smile when you say America's team like that? Do the quotation?
Because that's the label they've always had. But like I said, people in Green Bay and in Wisconsin, you know, I think would probably lean towards the Packers. And just the way the organization's built as being community owned and a little blue collar and a small town.
Well, let me tell you what people here in Green Bay were hoping to greet America's team with. Much colder temps. It's only about 24 degrees right now. All week long, it was in the single digits. Yesterday, it felt like minus 24. I don't care. It's still chilly. It's still the Packers versus the Cowboys. We cannot wait. We're pumped up. Hope you guys enjoy it. Stray, let me send it back to you in the very warm, cozy studio, my friend.
Well, you know, the air conditioning's on here, Aaron, and it's about 78. So we're freezing, too. But, all right, a great piece, Aaron. And, you know, offense deserves a lot of credit for the Green Bay Packers, obviously Aaron Rodgers and the rest of the guys, but you have to give a lot of credit to the defense, particularly a guy no one really talking about, Julius Peppers. His presence has allowed them to move Clay Matthews to the middle, where he's been really effective. Peppers can pass rush. He can drop into coverage. He has 2 touchdowns off interceptions, and he has leadership. He's named one of the 6 captains in the playoffs in his first year with the Packers, which says a lot about him. And Ted Thompson is not a general manager that's known to go out and spend a lot of money on these big free agents, but he has gambled on Julius Peppers coming from the Chicago Bears, and it has paid off. And on top of it, the last guy he did this with was Charles Woodson, and that led them to a Super Bowl.
In my mind, given all the circumstances, you have to ride Lacy. And you know, they mentioned in the piece, given Aaron's situation with the calf, ride Lacy, both as the physical runner that he is. You get to the second level. When you play a guy like this, the defensive backs are always coming up to you during the week. Don't let him get to the second level, because I don't want to see him. And Starks is a great changeup. I expect to see, as you mentioned, Terry, a lot of shotgun, but I also expect to see some pistol. For the pistol alignment, he's in the gun with Lacy stacked directly behind him. The beauty of that is you can run the entire offense.
Yeah, this game's always, playoff games are always about quarterbacks. But I want to go quickly to Mike McCarthy, the head coach of Green Bay. He is a head coach not unlike Jason Garrett. If you go back quickly, Jason Garrett on 4th and 6 against the Lions, he gambled and got a 20-something-yard first down with Whitney as tight end. McCarthy will do the same thing. He is not a man that is afraid of a great challenge. Sub-freezing weather in the last home playoff games at Lambeau Field, Green Bay is not invincible. They've won 3 and lost 5.
Let me say this about calves. I played with one that was strained
Show
for a few weeks.
your calf.
And you could feel pretty good, and all of a sudden it's like an American sniper shot you from the 30th row, and I've got a 10-inch zipper on my calf. It can happen. Hopefully that's not the case today.
Now that we've had our lesson in calves, now,
let's talk about the game, all right? The game. When you look at this Green Bay defense, they have struggled versus the run all year long. They've been a little bit better lately. One reason they struggle, they really want to play a nickel defense with an extra defensive back. The reason they're doing that, most of the teams, are trying to play catch-up, so they're rushing the passer. Well, let me tell you what, this Cowboy team, they will run the football, they will be patient, and if this game is close at the end, Green Bay will have a difficult time stopping the run.
All right, we've gotten our lessons in calves. We've heard about what Aaron Rodgers will or won't do, can or can't do. One guy who's got some clue as to that is our own Jay Glazer. Jay, fill us in.
Oh, I'm going right back to the medical side of it, Kurt. Hey, people are wondering whether it's a strain or whether it's a partial tear. It's the same exact thing. It's the same injury. But here's the deal. The Packers, they are saying that we're not holding Aaron Rodgers back at all. But just like these guys were saying, and Reggie Bush said earlier today, they have no idea when it's going to grab. As a result of that, for just the second time all season long, they have activated all 3 quarterbacks on their roster today, just in case it grabs. Also, Dallas Cowboys, Rolando McClain, Jeremy Mincy, they're both questionable going into this game. Both of those guys are active for their defense. Finally, later on today, Peyton Manning, Terry Bradshaw talked about it. He struggled in the month of December. He has actually been dealing with 2 injuries to his quad, a very deep bruise on one quad, a strain on the other one, or a partial tear on that other one. I was told that this week off has done wonders for Peyton Manning's health.
They're the exact same
How's
thing.
his calf, Jay? His calf all right?
It's strained, torn, all that stuff.
All right, time now for Rob Riggle's picks delivered by Pizza Hut. Get your best deal at pizzahut.com. And for NFL fans who think they got a raw deal this season, Rob's got the perfect solution.
Well, my Chiefs missed the playoffs. Guess I'll go get that mole on my back checked out.
Oh, hold on. Not so fast, Dave. Why not head over to bandwagon.net and let our experts hook you up with a new playoff team based on your rooting habits?
Shut your floppy mouth.
It's true. Just watch.
What? We Eagles fans like to strut around bragging about our revolutionary offense. You know, the one that's almost good enough to win big games.
I think you'll love the Broncos. Let's get baked!
I'm in.
We Texan fans like a quarterback with an Ivy League IQ and a beard that says, I eat a lot of squirrel.
Oh, then try out the Colts. Andrew Luck looks like a drifter who robs gas stations. Hey, if you're here, who's operating the tilt-a-whirl?
Our team is literally the only thing keeping our city from fading away into complete irrelevancy.
Mister, that's Packer talk. Hey, do you like cheese?
Nope.
Well, tough. You look stupid.
I knew it.
Dude, what about us Cowboy fans? Bro, the Cowboys are still in the playoffs.
Wait, what? So that win was real? Like, really real? Then why was Chris Christie there?
Oh, he wanted to eat Jerry Jones. And listen, Rob's picking the Broncos and the Packers, not you clowns.
Now, who cares? How's money?
Thanks for doing this, Kenny Chesney.
You got it. Dave, just answer this quick bandwagon.net questionnaire. Are you threatened by men prettier than yourself?
Yet to meet one, but no.
Do you like Goodwill hunting, punching stuff, and women who look like Conan O'Brien?
Who doesn't?
Well, Dave, according to this clipboard, you're a Pats fan.
Gross! I'm a Seahawks fan, so I'm not familiar with failure. But if you're like one of these losers, bandwagon.net is for you.
Bandwagon.net.
All right, you saw it. Rob's got the Packers and the Broncos to win. Jimmy.
I've got the Cowboys in an upset and got the Broncos at home.
Before I went to bed last night, I was listening to music. The last song that came on was We Them Boys. It's going to shock a lot of people. I'm going with the Cowboys and with the Colts.
I'm on the fence on the Green Bay one, but I'll take Green Bay and Denver.
I'm going Dallas, and I'm going Denver.
All right, we're going to find out who's going to get there from the NFC in just a second because we've got 2 of the most storied franchises in the league going head-to-head, each looking to make it to the title game. For the Cowboys and Packers, it's win or go home. Is the divisional playoffs live on Fox as we thank you for watching the Ford Fox NFL Sunday pregame show.
Loving your pizza but not the crust? Problem solved. Only Pizza Hut's new menu finally gives crust the flavor it so rightfully deserves. Get any one of 10 new crust flavors for free, like toasted Asiago, salted pretzel, or honey sriracha for free. For a limited time, carry out a large 2-topping pizza with a $7.99 flavored-up favorites deal. The Flavor of Now menu, only at Pizza Hut.
Fantasy football isn't over.
At least not at DraftKings.com. They make winning easier than milking a two-legged goat.
Ugh.
And here's the kicker. Giant cash prizes every week. Tastes like victory. Fantasy football isn't over. Get your piece of $2 million free this playoff weekend with promo code PLAYOFF at DraftKings.com.
What's next? Big things. Things you never saw coming. So buckle your tool belt. Here comes the all-new Ford F-150. The first and only pickup that lets you do this, and this, and this. All wrapped in a high-strength, military-grade aluminum alloy body so you can do the most of this. The all-new Ford F-150. The future of tough.
Detective Everett Backstrom is the best.
Backstrom catches bad guys by putting himself in their heads.
Because he sees the worst in everyone.
I'm you.
What do you mean you're me?
I'm a paranoid psychopath. I'm a rat-faced podiatrist. I'm a lesbian terrorist.
I'm you.
Don't embarrass yourself greatly.
Backstrom premieres Thursday, January 22nd on Fox.
It's America's team, the Cowboys, against the team from Titletown, the Packers. The winner moves on to the NFC Championship game. Along with Troy Aikman, Aaron Andrews, Chris Myers, Joe Buck is all yours.
All right, my friend, we cannot wait. It is a 24-degree day here at Lambeau Field, and you know it by now. This is the first time since 1967 that these two great franchises get together in the postseason here at Lambeau Field. And now welcome inside our little frigid broadcast booth. I'm Joe Buck. That's Troy Aikman. It could be colder. We all know that. All right, last week. If last week's comeback win against Detroit was not a perception changer for Tony Romo, today certainly could be. On the road in his home state of Wisconsin, a chance to get his team to their first NFC Championship game since the 1995 season. As the Packers make their way out, I'll turn to you. We see him. We know about Aaron Rodgers, the strained left calf. What does Green Bay need to do here today to win this ball game?
Well, first they have to protect Aaron Rodgers because the calf is an issue. He's not going to be able to move like we're used to seeing from him, but he does have some things working in his favor. First of all, his defense is better than advertised. Secondly, offensive line is outstanding. They have run the ball exceptionally well. They will lean on Eddie Lacy a little bit more in this game, but don't kid yourself. Aaron Rodgers can carve you up from within the pocket without having to break contain. Jordy Nelson, Randall Cobb, these guys are explosive, and the Cowboys will have their hands full trying to cover those two.
We're just getting started. Going to be a lot of fun. Aaron Rodgers about to make his way out. This place will go nuts. National anthem coming up next.
But I found that all stories have another chapter. I joined Nationwide because they put members first, because they care about the next chapter and every chapter after that. Nationwide is on your side.
Our eyes. They have a 200-degree range of sight, which is good for me. Hey! And bad for the Barclay twins.
Your brain can send information to the rest of your body at 268 miles an hour. 3 times the speed of a fastball.
Take care of your most important parts with Centrum. Multivitamins expertly designed with nutrients people don't get enough of from food alone. Centrum, for the most important parts of you.
His wife and children, thank you for your service. We will have a flyover supported by VFA 131 from the Naval Air Station Oceana, Virginia Beach, following our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, please stand, remove your hats, and join female vocalists from the group Fitz and the Tantrums, Noel Skaggs, in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we had at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave There